Hello. Hey, Connor. Good to see you, buddy. Okay. So, we're going to be continuing to play the Forgotten City, for those of you who are curious. We beat Metro Exodus today on Twitch, and I decided I would play some Forgotten City also. Tomorrow, we're going to be playing Fear. Okay. So, basically, when we last left off in the Forgotten City, we basically were conscripted to basically go and steal a bow. And hello, 3 dogs in a trench coat. It's good to see you. So this game apparently said it has horror elements because I think, after thinking about it, I've realized that it was probably, the game is assuming that you haven't done any crime of any sort yet. And this is probably likely the first crime you do, and you have to, and this is where you end up having to run back? I don't know. So, I hope you're all excited as I am. I love this game. It's pretty fun. Another thing, you know how you guys really liked watching Power Wash Simulator? Well, guess what? A game came out called Lawn Mowing Simulator. So, but it's great to see you, Trenchcoat. It's great to see you too, Connor. I'm excited. So, whoa, that brief lag. Also, there are wasps. I just noticed them. It's going great, Connor. I'm excited to play this with you guys here. I've been actually itching to come back and play this. I also found a way to make the YouTube chat pop up, but it's not going to appear on the screen, unfortunately. I don't know how people do it. There may be some way to do it. I've gotten this far. I don't, because I think it's, hold up. I think it may be because of a reason. Hold on. Hold on. Let's find out something real quick. Let's just get rid of these tabs. And let's see what else. Yep, that did it. That helped. Excuse me. Can you just shoot the wasps? I know, right? But here's Diana. And there's the bow. Right. Did it work?
Is that you, partner? Do you have the bow?
Yes.
Wonderful. Just go ahead and slide it under the door for me and I'll unlock it for you.
How did I know? How did I know? How did I know?
A little bit slow, aren't you? Yes, I locked you in, and until you give me my bow, you're gonna stay in there, like Tantalus in Tartarus.
Yeah, me too. Me too, Trenchcoat. I'm worried about them too.
No, technically, I never said that. I said, if we were to split all those riches between the two of us, infinite wealth is still infinite. It's hardly my fault if you can't tell the difference between a hypothetical and a promise, now is it? Oh, I do love a good loophole.
We can't really trust him. Yes, Connor, it is Dr. Pepper cream soda. Because my sister doesn't like me drinking Mountain Dew, so I found a loophole. I picked up this stuff instead, and it was like, fine, I'll drink this. But it's good to see you, Trenchcoat. Trenchcoat and I, for those of you that are just tuning in, we're both thinking about the way this game is going. We're both trying to piece together what's going on exactly in this world. So
you're just gonna have to take your chances, I'm afraid. The bow, now. And don't even think about giving me the fake one. I'll recognize my own handiwork.
I don't. I love cream soda, Connor. But this is Dr. Pepper and cream soda, and it's good. Now, mind you, a lot of cream soda does get Now, mind you, when you drink cream soda in enormous quantities, it does get kind of tiring after a while, but me being the sodaholic that I am, I don't care. But that's fine. Drinking... You should also try Dr. Pepper Cherry, Connor. That stuff's good. Real good. Now imagine mixing Dr. Pepper cream soda and Dr. Pepper Cherry. Then you'll end the world. Or cause a black hole. Don't know. Haven't tried it yet, but I just thought of that. There really isn't any way out of this, is there? So we're just going to say forget it.
I would reconsider my position quickly if I were you. I'm not sure if you noticed, but you're stuck in there with a hornet's nest, and they can be rather aggressive toward intruders. You know, some say it takes 27 hornet stings to kill a man, but I always wondered how anyone could have known that. Let's find out if they were right, shall we?
Well, Trenchcoat, you get you get your wish. We're gonna try to find a way out of here. So yeah. Well, then. Wait. I missed something. Oh well. Okay, it's just a statue. So now I can turn things gold. Awesome. What a guy. I kind of had a feeling that it wouldn't work out, but, you know. Oh, that. Ooh. That's cool. Guys, I can turn the water into gold. Oh. Right.
My beloved Galatea, I write this so that one day, when we're finally together, you will understand what I've done and why I had to do it. The others will call me mad or a monster, but I don't care what they think. Everything I'm doing here, I'm doing for you. I'll start at the beginning. Soon after my arrival here, as I walked down a corridor lined with golden statues, I thought I heard a whisper behind me. A rasp of air, as if vocal cords of metal strained to say a word or two. I tried to dismiss the idea, tried to concentrate on my work as the city's medic, but that tortured whisper haunted me. Weeks later, in the hallway to the bathhouse, I heard it again, and found myself drawn to the statue of a Roman woman wearing a stola. Her face was contorted with anguish and fear, and, disturbingly, it was as if she was looking right at me. As I walked past her, I heard that strained whisper again, and turning back, I discovered that, even though I had moved, she was still looking right into my soul. That was when it dawned on me. This was no statue. This was a woman trapped within that golden prison. Naturally, I told the others, but when I could not reproduce the results of my experiment, they would not believe me. But from that moment on, I knew the full horror of this place. Immobilized within these statues are living human beings. It was that day, my love, that my heart broke.
Interesting. Yeah, it is the doctor. Apparently she was afflicted with the same affliction we were, but the difference between her and us is that she basically ran and hid. Also, my character cannot climb for the life of him. Oh, there he goes. So he can climb. Never mind. Forget what I just said. Oh, so we can use the bow to... Oh. Oh. Ah. Aha. We now get results. I love it. There are so many places now I can go. That excites me. Oh, that excites me. Yeah, I knew who was talking. I knew it was her as soon as the introduction was made. Well, guys, we're in the palace. So now we're gonna go find her and have a talk. What? Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa. Go back. Back up. Back up. We have moving gold statues. How cool is that? That is kind of cool, actually. That is really cool. I like this. I can Doom guy kick the guy, everybody to the ground. This is great. It's no wonder she barricaded herself.
You're not supposed to be here.
Hi. That is so cool. This is really cool. You're welcome. I'll go into the water and I'd take a swim. Okay, we have to go down there. Alright, well, can I explore game? Or am I forced to go just that way? Okay, I see. I know, calm down. I get it. Oh yeah, the setting is beautiful. It's an Unreal Engine 4 game. It's beautiful. Really, any game made in the Unreal Engine is beautiful. There's a game. Okay, so the most beautiful game that I've played on Unity is Valley. Valley is probably the most beautiful game in Unity I've ever played, and the best running Unity game I've ever played. This way. That's so cool. You know what, guys? I can't help it. I don't know why, but I find it it's entertaining. I'm sorry, it just is. It's just so funny to me. Yeah, Layers of Fear is pretty also. And fun fact, I have Layers of Fear. Love the little waddle they do. It's hilarious. It's hilarious. Oh, there's something down there. Sweet. Thanks, guys. Yeah, Valley is a very pretty game. Very gorgeous, very pretty. And like, yes, the story is just is very environmentalist, but it's an awesome story, but it's just like, yes, I get it. If you don't be good stewards of what you're... Welcome. I'm just gonna take your money. Hope you don't mind. Boom. Headshot. The vase. Oh, that vase. What? Oh, okay. I wonder that too. I wonder if this place just is just, you know, is under some sort of Midas curse because, you know, because people either came here because of water or because of gold. Hello?
My beloved Galatea, after I learned the terrible truth about the golden statues, I wandered the city as if in a nightmare. What must life be like for these poor souls, entombed in gold, but kept alive somehow? Trapped in their own personal Tartarus, consigned to eternal torment, too horrific for any sane mind to comprehend. I tried to offer them what small mercies I could. I began to talk to them, to keep them company. I'd imagine backstories for them, give them names, and tell them of the world, of the histories and stories I'd learned as a child. As the others became more concerned by my charity, I sought solitude from them, preferring the company of my tormented charges. Discovering a way into the abandoned palace, I began to spend my days walking its halls and sharing with its occupants ancient tales, my mind turning to those of Apollo and Daphne, Perseus and Medusa, and Pygmalion and Galatea. Pygmalion, the sculptor who fell in love with a beautiful statue.
That's an actual story.
Praying to Aphrodite for aid, discovered that his beloved Galatea had come to life. It was then that I heard you whisper to me, Galatea. Forgive me. I know that is not your real name, just one I have borrowed from a story. But when I turned to look at you, I saw the most exquisitely beautiful woman I have ever known. Your face, forever frozen in a look of haunting sadness. Our meeting gave me new purpose, to free you from your golden prison, so that I might one day hear you speak, not just whisper your true name to me. So I gathered tools for the long and difficult task ahead, barred the doors to this place, and set to work.
Interesting. It is kind of sad when you think about it. It's really, really sad. Really? 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 Because now that we have this information, it's even sadder. You know? Can I move? Thank you. I hate that. Bear with me, guys. I keep falling. But platforming isn't my strong point. If you guys have... Yeah, it kind of reminds me of, what's the game called? This game gives me slight Prince of Persia vibes. Just slight. Don't you dare.
Help us. Make it stop. You. I just want to help us. You. Heal. Kill me. Kill me. I just want to die. Help us.
Uh-huh. The other sad fact is that the people outside of the on the outside don't even know this is happening. Whoa. Perhaps. Perhaps.
My beloved Galatea, my attempts at freeing these souls from their golden prisons have not been going to plan. My first charge was a Greek woman who I called Iodame after the Athenian turned to stone by Medusa. Drilling through the gold that encased her, I was vindicated by the discovery that beneath half an inch of gold, which is so rigid it must be some kind of alloy, was living flesh. Unfortunately, this golden alloy seems to have fused with her skin, so removing it exposed the sinew and muscle beneath and appeared to cause her great pain. At first, I braced myself, expecting that inflicting such pain would break the golden rule, and yet, somehow, it did not. It seems whichever god is responsible for imprisoning these poor souls does not care about their suffering at all. They are forsaken. Undeterred, I pressed on, working late into the night, attempting to remove the golden layer that encased her as delicately as I could. Eventually, I was able to free most of her body, but when I released her from her restraints, her first act was to lunge for my throat, clawing at me with all her strength and those sharp metal talons. This was my thanks for trying to save her. Whatever possessed Iodame to attack, she was clearly not a suitable subject for my experiment, and I was forced to lock her inside an isolated wing of the palace and bar the door. As I continued working on others, I could hear her flailing and launching herself at the other side endlessly. Regrettably, my other experiments bore similar results, and after relocating a few times, most of the palace is now too dangerous to work in. Still, as much as my heart aches to know that you're suffering, I cannot risk attempting to ungild you yet. Not until I have perfected a method that will bring you back to me, whole in both mind and body, and ensuring your humanity is preserved. I promise you this. One day we will be together, even if I have to free every last statue in this god's forsaken place.
This is sad. Headshot. Well. Me neither. Honestly, Trenchcoat, me neither. This is unfortunate. But we're gonna have to find out the truth eventually. What is this? You can talk. Oh, hi. Hi, Nivea.
And you must be the wretched snake who broke into my palace and disturbed my experiments. And worst of all, look at what you made me do to her. This never would have happened if you just stayed away. You're going to pay for that.
Okay, Trenchcoat, what do I say? 1, 2, or 3, pick one. One.
And do you think I care about that? I don't care what happens to me, as long as you get what you deserve.
So I guess we're going to turn her to gold. I know. I know, right? The chat lag is great.
You think you can bring me down with your little wooden arrows before I jam this blade into your throat?
I don't know. Ugh. Do I case her on gold? I guess I do, cause she. You guess? I don't know if it's the best idea, though. It just feels like it may or may not be. I mean, I guess we could take out. I mean, we have to stretch back the bow and release it, so it's like.
What? How? That's impossible. You're trying to intimidate me. Liar. Really? I'm not sure I believe you. But if you can undo this mess, I'll give you the key to my old medical chest in the Shrine of Apollo. I imagine it would help Lucretia ease the suffering of those still in the city. But if you're lying to me, I'll break the golden rule and kill you and everyone else in this city. Understood?
Sure.
You did it. You took away her pain. I don't know what to say. Thank you, thank you. I swear I will never harm her again. I swear it. I'll stay here to keep her company. But these poor souls, what can be done for them? I've tried everything I can. I fear the only one capable of releasing them properly is whichever god doomed them in the first place. In any case, I must honor our bargain. Here's the key I promised you. It opens a chest in the Shrine of Apollo. I believe there are a few things in there which may be useful to Lucretia.
Cool. Thanks.
Now, please leave. The door here leads out onto the palace balcony. You should be able to make your way down from there. Go, and never return.
Sure. I guess. So you could say that we stopped her from basically going crazy and unleashing, you know, a horde over the city, which I guess could be what breaks the golden rule? Question mark? Ooh. You know what? We're gonna take the zipline down. Priestess. Right.
Ah, a fellow traveler from a faraway land.
Yeah.
Greetings, I'm Georgius. It gladdens me to see another foreigner in our midst. We must stick together, you and I. And I must say, my sartorial friend, your clothing is most extraordinary. Leather boots in place of sandals, trousers with precise stitching, and such a curious design. I have traveled distant trade routes from the markets of Damascus to the farms of India, and never have I seen anyone dressed quite like you. Tell me, I must know, from which exotic part of the world do you hail? And now you have me more intrigued than before. But since it appears you do not wish to share, I will wait until we are better friends. We will have much time here to get to know one another. But for now, do you require assistance? I know you do not require clothing, so information perhaps? My story? How kind of you to ask. I am a tailor and I run the humble shop in the forum. A good question. A very good question indeed. And I would be happy to tell you if only I could remember it clearly myself. I remember I had just been to Rome to sell an extraordinary selection of wares, and drowning in coin, I decided to celebrate my success. I rented a prestigious villa by the Tiber, invited over a few select friends, and we began making our way through some of the most exquisite wine money could buy. Quite a lot of it, in fact. Now, I have had visions and awoken in strange places before. I have even found myself naked in the desert sands more than once, but none of that compares to this. This time, I remember people screaming, then falling into a void as empty as time before creation, gasping for air, and then nothing. When I regained my faculties, I was lying naked by the banks of the Tiber, gods know how many miles from my villa. Indeed. I'm lucky I was carrying a little extra weight. I believe it kept me afloat. In any case, it seems I'd been rescued and resuscitated by a benevolent stranger. I went to find firewood for his campfire, stumbled across a cave, and discovered that trapdoor temple. And here I am. You mean to say, with all the turmoil and terror of the Golden Rule, and so few customers, why bother setting shop at all? I'll tell you, it is precisely because of the Golden Rule that I wish to remind my friends of the importance of looking one's best. I say, the more of our customs we preserve down here, the more we can preserve a semblance of normality, the better our chances of keeping our heads. Don't you agree?
Sure.
Oh, and there is another reason too. If we all end up as golden statues for future generations to marvel at, I don't know about you, but I would...
If I'm gonna die, I'm gonna die well dressed. I like this guy. I like this guy.
Anything you like. Shh! Not so loud. What are you playing at? I must ask you to stop that at once. Have you not been told about the last attempt? Oh, then I suppose this duty falls to me. Ah,
You're awesome, by the way, trench
it
coat.
is a long story. Of course, the first question any of us asks when we first arrive is, how do I escape? It is only natural after all. And scaling the chasm wall is out of the question, for it is simply too steep and too far. But as they say, if the wind fails, use the oars. And here the second option is to leave the way we came in, through the shaft above the bathhouse. See, the shaft is quite high, but if one gathered up enough wood, one could make a series of ladders and climb one's way out.
Huh.
I admire your enthusiasm, my friend, but please allow me to explain why this is inadvisable. There was an attempt, made by resourceful fellows who lived here some years ago. They even decided to keep records of their escape attempt for posterity. Unfortunately, as soon as they began to carry the first ladder down the hallway, they heard a godlike voice shake the entire city, and that, tragically, is where their tale ends. So it seems that to merely attempt escape is to invite the wrath of whichever god oversees this place, and so I say it is best to not even discuss it aloud.
Yeah. It's either them diving into the water to save their stuff, or just ending up in water, or a memory lapse.
Ah, yes.
And that's the goal roller here.
Many shall suffer for the sins of the one. As a Greek, this is nothing new to me. It is how our gods operate. Have you not heard the tale of the god Hades? He was the first to learn this dreadful lesson when he abducted Persephone and imprisoned her in the underworld. When Demeter, the mother of Persephone, learned of this, she did not punish Hades, the guilty one. Instead, she changed the climate of Earth so that it became hot and dry. Nothing grew. The grain turned to empty husks and the rivers dried up. Innocent people died by the tens of thousands until at last the other gods were forced to act, lest they have no worshippers left. So yes, we know this rule. This has always been the case. The Golden Rule has merely brought it into focus. If we are to survive, I say we must each heed the simple wisdom of Thales of Miletus, first of the 7 sages of Greece, who said, "Avoid doing what you would blame others for doing."
Huh.
It does, doesn't it? But it is not enough for us to do this alone. For even if 99% of us adopt this principle, that will never be enough. Sadly, no matter how well we protect ourselves, the life's work of many good people can be undone in the blink of an eye by a single selfish act. Ah, the voice of experience. I am sorry for your loss, my friend. But on a lighter note, I will say one thing for the Golden Rule. For all their grim and haunting poses, these golden statues do make magnificent models for my clothing, do they not? That, my friend, is quite the dilemma. But after some reflection, I'm leaning toward voting for Malleolus. I do not enjoy the thought of another visit from Domitius if I voted the wrong way. Nothing comes to my mind, my friend. I hope that our paths cross again soon, my friend.
Cool. Now I need to find the priestess person. Where is she? No idea. Uh-oh.
Salve again, friend. I went and did as you asked, and it worked. How is it possible that you've just arrived here and you already know everyone and exactly what's about to happen to them? Oh, come on. I just did as you asked. The least you can do is level with me. I'll keep it between us. I promise.
I don't think he believed me, but I'll try.
You're toying with me, right? Wait, you're not kidding, are you? That's the only way you could have known. You're a bit like... Oh, what was his name? Sisyphus. Yeah, that's the one. Old King Sisyphus.
I love Galerius. He's great.
Sisyphus was a Greek king a long time ago. For daring to think he could outsmart the gods, he was given a terrible punishment. He was forced to push a
Oh, yeah.
the hill. Only, just as it reached the top, it would roll all the way back down to the bottom, forcing him to start over and over and over again, for all eternity. Just like you. Actually, now that I think about it, there are a bunch of old stories about the gods punishing people by
Yeah,
making them do
I
the
know.
same futile task over and over. Tantalus was made to grasp at fruit on a tree he could never quite reach. The Pleiades had to keep fetching water in a sieve. Oh, and Ixion was strapped to a wheel going round and round forever. But on the bright side, at least you're not stuck in the underworld like they all were. Anyway, I don't know which god you managed to upset to get yourself into this position, friend, but you seem all right to me. So, I'll tell you what. I'll keep doing whatever I can to help you. And you just focus on finding a way to break the cycle you're in.
Cool.
Anytime, friend. Now, I'm going to keep your secret. Although, it's not as if I'll remember this next time we talk anyway, right? Oh, and if our conversations ever start to annoy you, just tell me you're busy. I know when I'm not wanted. May fortune smile on you, friend.
Galerius is awesome. Yeah, the story about the guy with the berries, yeah, basically what happens is the water fills, but it fills to a point, but not enough to where you can reach it, and then it drains before you can reach it, basically. Now, where is that priestess at? That's not helpful at all for me. Like, I randomly stumbled upon her last time. She weeps where the water flows. Definitely not up there. Let's see here. I have 1,000 denarii right now. But I need 2,000 to save what's his face. Okie dokie. Like, I ran here and I randomly stumbled upon her. Like, she just walked out. So it's like, do I open the chest?
Welcome.
Yeah, you do.
feeling all right?
I feel fantastic.
That's a shame. Thanks again for saving Yulia's life. Apollo smiles upon you.
Where is that chest? Where is that chest? It's not in here, is it?
A golden bow.
Shh.
Just like Apollo and Diana's.
Yeah, shh, hush. Don't hear you. Also, there's a door somewhere. I found a door. I don't remember exactly where I found it, but I found this random door. Ooh, flashlight. Right. I'm trying to find the priestess. That's what the game wants me. The game wants me to find the priestess. That's what I'm trying to do right now. But I'm also thinking about so many other things at once. Guess that's what my brain does when I'm on a mission. I best not get caught with this bow, because it's against the Cough-Wheeze law. So, where is she? I know that. Hehehehe. Okay, what was the point of this except to climb up here? And do what? Exactly. I guess it's just another way in.
Now, I make this solemn promise to you, good citizens. And now, I make this solemn promise to you, good citizens. Under my leadership, you will finally enjoy the freedom you deserve. And yes, no more shall you walk on, eggshells, yes.
Ow.
No more shall you walk on eggshells, fearing simply to live and
Oh, heck. You are dead. Yep. I know, right? They're whispering to me. Next thing I know, they're going to be whispering me ingredients for our cake. The secret, or the secret ingredient to wealth. One of them whispered to me, "The secret ingredient is crime." And I was just like, "Can you not?" Or something.
That's a shame. Thanks again for saving Yulia's life. Apollo smiles upon you.
Yeah. That's you're welcome. I need to... Okay, that door's locked. Because Jerkface locked it. Can I go here?
Hey, you're not thinking about going into the cistern, are you?
Absolutely.
Well, it's your funeral.
I don't know why I'm going down here. Don't ask me. I'm curious, and I'm trying to do billions of things at once. Okay. Okay, so we can't turn these waters into gold. Because then everyone would be drinking gold, yeah. Yeah, just all of that. So yeah, if they start whispering to me about, you know, cake recipes and stuff, I may go crazy. I may just not. I'll be like, okay. I would love to not have whispers now. Thank you. Hello. Where does this go? Also, Trenchcoat, you're awesome. I'm gonna say that again. Sweet. Yeah. Literally. Alright, so we have 2,000 dinars now, so we can save those two people. Hello? Oh. What are you doing down here?
You. Who are you? Did he send you? Thank Juno you're here. You have to help me escape before that monster comes back. I'm Centilla. I found a way out through the Gate of Horn, but it's locked. So I told him about it, and instead of helping me escape, he locked me up. He wants to keep us all here forever, or until we're turned to gold. He's a monster. You have to let me go so we can kill him and take his key.
Yep, I know, right?
Sentius, my adoptive father. Furies help me. I'll castrate and crucify him. I don't know. He said the gods are on his side because they don't want us to escape either. Behind me, there's an aqueduct tunnel bringing water from outside the city, so it should lead us outside. The only problem is it's barred by a heavy locked gate, and he has the only key. I'm going to take that key from around his neck, even if it means cutting his throat to get it. I'm done caring about the golden rule. I just want out. Help me, and we can escape together. There won't be enough time. Just you and me. What do you say?
Okay, trench coat. You get to pick again. Which one? Hey, buddy. You good boy. Yes, you were. Hello. One seems more easy, but two seems more moral. Three seems just right. Okay, well, which one would you pick? That's what I'm asking. Making this more fun for you. Like, I'm having fun, but I want to know what you think. Hey, Connor. Okay.
There's no time. Wait, did you hear that? He's here. Quick, you have to let me go. It's now or never. Oh, thank you. Now follow. Wait, did you hear that? He's here. He must be coming in through the door behind me. You distract him. Stay right here and keep him talking while I look for something I can use.
Hi.
What did you do with Scintilla? Where is she?
Also, the chat thing I'm using is actually slow. Is slower than the actual chat. Because the actual chat is faster, ironically enough. So we're not going to use it. I just have to tell
So
you.
that is how it's going to be. Oh well, this doesn't change anything for me. It's a shame, really. If you'd just done what you were supposed to, you'd have been looping through time forever until you gave up and killed yourself. Just like that soft-hearted pleb, Al.
Al?
Come now. Surely you didn't think you were the only one here who remembered everything. You see, my connection to the portal somehow preserves my memories from one loop to the next. Whether that was Proserpina's intention or a happy accident, I'll never know. But I'm surprised you hadn't noticed. Here I was thinking you're a little bit sharper than Al was. Or perhaps you're just more willing to break the rules. He was a moralistic fellow, never once compromised on his principles. And because of that fatal flaw, he relived this day many thousands of times before we finally had this conversation. I watched him come through the portal each time, always a little older, a little more disheveled, a little more haunted. And when he finally saw the futility of it all, as you're about to, it broke him. He drank a jug of wine, tied a noose around his neck, and took his own life, just before he was shot with a golden arrow. The next time I awoke, you showed up. But you've caught up to where he was so quickly. I'd have preferred if you'd given me more time to enjoy the trappings of my success. How many extra days did you give me? Just the 2? Not many. But don't worry, I'm sure there'll be another useful idiot who comes along after you're dead. In any case, there's no escape for you except the path that Al took, the path he wrote about on his tablet. What was it? Ah, yes. Better to end it all now than find out what awaits you beyond that portal. So, you discovered my secret. So what? What are you going to do about it? Of course. There's no way you could have succeeded. Every soul who has ever found themselves here has broken the golden rule eventually. It is inevitable. Man will always sin sooner or later. Any idiot could tell you this. But where others might see tragedy, I saw opportunity. As I told you the first time we met, I found a way to cheat death. By reliving the same day over and over again forever. And I will continue living long after your dust.
Huh.
Why? Isn't it obvious? Because I have grown attached to all this. My title, my beautiful villa, the sun on my face, the music of birds chirping. And as long as this day keeps repeating itself, I get to enjoy it all, over and over again, for eternity. Don't you see? I have found a way to prolong my life indefinitely, to cheat death. I have become, in effect, as immortal as the gods. Can you honestly say you would not wish the same for yourself?
Not really.
Do you really think you can take on a Decurion with that flimsy little bow? Who? Scintilla? Where is she?
I'm right here, Father.
The many shall suffer for the sins of the one.
Come on, we have to go. Hey, what's happening to you? That light, it's so bright.
Huh? Al?
Hi there. Gave me a bit of a fright. Thought I was in here alone. I'm Al.
Well, look, we found Al.
Well, here I am. I'm sorry, I didn't catch your name. Funny you should ask. I was just reading an old tablet I found here. Well, trying. My Latin is kinda rusty, but the last entry mentioned someone with the same name. It described an event about 2,000 years ago. Someone with your name appeared in the city out of the shrine of Proserpina.
Cool.
Freed an imprisoned woman named Scintilla, who then murdered her captor, breaking some kind of ancient law. It said the attack caused golden statues to come alive, hunting down everyone in the city and turning them into gold. Apparently, the only person to survive was Scintilla, while the stranger disappeared in a flash of light.
That's so cool. Alright, I'm sorry, but one of my dogs is whimpering, so give me a second, I'll be right back. We're gonna finish this game tonight, don't worry. I mean, I think we basically already have finished the game. This game has been awesome. Don't go anywhere. I'll be back. Okay, thank you for waiting. You still there, Trenchcoat? You still waiting? You still there? So hopefully we can go back, because if we can't, I'm gonna be a little sad. But if we can go back and rescue what's his face also, that would be awesome. The slave guy. If we could rescue him too, that'd be awesome. But if not, I mean, it's okay.
What? You're saying you were here 2,000 years ago? I'm not sure I understand. I'm sorry, come again? Let me see that. God, why does this writing look so familiar? I've spent a lifetime in this place going around and around in circles. This is disturbing, but I don't understand how I could have written it. I'm not following. So you're saying, because a man from 2,000 years ago is dead, he never created a time portal, so I never went through it, and that's why I don't remember any of this.
Exactly.
I guess you saved my life then, as well as helping that poor woman to escape. That's a lot to take in. Maybe we can escape through the same aqueduct Scintilla used, if we can find it.
Yeah, it's this way. Do we have the bow still? No, we don't.
I'm gonna pause here for a moment and make sure nobody else has ever lured into this temple. You go on ahead, and I'll be there soon.
Yeah, that is a good idea. Well, that was fun. Yeah, I do have a companion. I'm so happy. Yay! I wonder if she's still there. Wait. It would be so ironic if she turns out to, if the Karen person turns out to be like the daughter of what's her name? Like a descendant of a descendant of a descendant of a descendant of a descendant. That'd be so cool. Ah.
You're back. But you're alone. Does that mean you didn't find Al? Oh, what a relief. Thank you so much. I was beginning to think you'd both become trapped in there. Why don't you tell me what you discovered while we wait?
It's a long story.
Really? Sounds amazing. And did you... Oh, look! Here he comes. Al! It's so good to see you. You were gone so long I thought I'd never see you again.
Kinda lost track of time in there. You wouldn't believe what we found. The ruins of a long-forgotten city. And there was a tablet describing an event 2,000 years ago. Supposedly, the city was destroyed when a woman murdered a tyrant with the help of, well, my new friend here. I know how crazy that sounds.
Maybe not that crazy. That woman. I don't suppose her name was... Scintilla?
How could you... What?
She left a tablet of her own. I stumbled across it while I was waiting here. I think she meant for you to read it. Here, take a look.
I don't know what became of you, or if you'll ever read this, but I want you to know that I will never forget you, or what you did for me. It pains me that so many dear friends were not so fortunate. Ulpius, Sentia, Lucretia, Horatius, Galerius, poor Dooley, and the others. But please understand, their blood is on my hands, not yours. I will live with the consequences of my actions, and all I can do is move forward, trying to show others the same compassion you showed me. I promise you that saving my life will not be for nothing. Scintilla.
You wanna know how happy? I mean, this will never happen in real life, but you wanna know how happy I'd be if somehow that happened to me? If some person from 100 years ago wrote this kind of thing, I would probably cry. I would hold it to my chest and I would sit there and be like, "It's awesome."
Sounds like you meant a lot to her. I'd love to hear your story, but first...
Can we get out of here?
You two look exhausted. Why don't you hop in my boat and rest while I ferry you back to civilization?
Sure.
Sounds good to me.
And you? Are you ready to go home?
Absolutely. Oh, so there are many endings. Oh, okay. That was awesome. That was an awesome game. I don't know. There are questions we don't ask, and answers we'll never find. That was a great game. I enjoyed that. I am kind of curious about the other endings, kind of. But I would play it again only to find out those endings, if you guys wanted me to. But other than that, it was fun. This was fun. The next game we will probably do, not a full-length playthrough probably, but just a look at, will be Satori. It's another platforming game. I think you guys will have a blast watching me fail again in a platforming game. And I also have UFOKO. And Severed Steel. And Mini Madness. And Interroganum Chronicles Signal. On Twitch tomorrow we will be doing Fear 1, because that was requested. Then after Fear is done, well then next day, Thursday, will be probably Back 4 Blood because there's an open beta. This coming Saturday we'll be doing Back 4 Blood with a special guest on Twitch. Once we're done Fear, we'll probably play Oyer, which is basically Shadow of the Colossus, only you're not hurting the Titans, you're helping them. And I think you guys would enjoy that. So thanks. I don't know, you can... Well, I hope you do stop by again, Trenchcoat. It's fun having you around. I hope you enjoyed this game. I enjoyed it. It was really nice. A really nice game. Very interesting. I probably would play it again. There's a part of me that wants to find out the other endings, but there's another part of me that's like, I don't know if you were to, I kind of hope that if you were to, go back, I kind of want to find out now. Hang on a second. I want to find out something. If this is true, if what I'm hoping is true, then I may keep playing. Or do another video of this. Let's just find out something real quickly. I want to find out something real quick. Because if I can, you know, if I can go back, but I can keep the bow and just give that slave guy his, you know, cash to save himself. Okay, no, we're back here. Okay. So we could not save her and save probably everybody else, maybe. I don't know. But that'll probably be for another day. Maybe. I don't know. What do I want to do? You know, we're gonna find out what happens. No, we're gonna find out what happens if we don't save her. Or if we basically don't doom everyone else.
You. I'm... I don't... But I'm... There won't...
So basically, if we let her go, if we don't let her go, maybe we could rescue everybody. I mean, we know where the exit is. Yeah, what if we just...
What? No! You can't just leave me here! How can you be so heartless?
So I guess we're gonna find out if we can persuade Sentius, because if we can't, I have a feeling we wouldn't be able to. But yeah, let's find out what happens. I'm curious.
It's no use. You'll never persuade him of anything. I'm telling you, he's a monster. Please.
Well, we only can try, so we're gonna try.
You're making a mistake.
I guess we go back to where we came. Can we rescue What's-His-Face first before we confront Sentius? I do hope so, because I'd be so put out. Because, I mean, it took me so long to get all the cash to be able to free the poor kid. Excuse me. So let's see if we can persuade him, because if we can't, I mean... Probably not, but we'll try. Like, we only can try. Alright, so first things first, let's go free what's-his-face. Oh, look! And there she is.
Isn't the great temple majestic?
Yeah. Okay, we'll talk to her first, actually. Hi.
A new face, are they? Interesting. I'm not sure why you're telling me, but you've come to the right person. Did you find a pattern then? What have you noticed? That's true. I know I wasn't entirely sure how I wound up here. What else? There are definitely... Keep asking. Livia's fate weighs heavily on my mind, and dictates we... See you again.
Okay, that's done. Let's go help what's-his-face. And then we'll go confront Mr. Grumpy. Oh, what? Where? Did he already jump? Where is he? Gosh darn it. Right. There's also this door here. This is the door I was talking about. What do I do now? I have 2,000 denarii, but no way of giving it to this guy. Did he already jump? Ugh. Your jumping skills leveled up. Alright, let's go confront.
Isn't the great temple majestic?
Let's go confront Mr. Big Nose. What's up?
I hope you have a good reason for flouting my weapons ban.
Absolutely.
We're finally alone. I assume you already know who I am. May I know your name? We have? Wait, if I understand correctly, someone is about to break the golden rule, forcing me to create a portal in time to bring you here? I must have entrusted you with figuring out who the culprit is. Only, I assume we failed, and you had to start over. Is that about right? If so, what happened? Ah, I see. Look, it's unfortunate, but all that matters now is that you make use of what you've learned and gathered, and do better next time. Now, I assume you've sought me out again for a reason.
Well, here we go, guys.
Me? What are you talking about? You know, you remind me of him. Al Worth. The fellow who came through the portal before you. Come now. Surely you didn't think you were the only one here who remembered everything. You see, my connection to the portal somehow preserves my... But I'm surprised he was a moralist, and because of that, I watched him. And when he the next time I awoke, I mean, you've lived through the day, what? Only 3 times? Extremely impressive. And yet everything you've done has been in vain, because there's no escape. Except the path that Al took, the path he wrote about on his tablet.
Technically there is.
Ah, yes. Best to take your own life now. So, you discovered my secret. So what? What are you going to do about it? Why? And as I have... And why would I agree to that?
Okay, Trenchcoat, which one? Which one? There's four options. Pick one. Also, he's the guy with the awesome notes. Three.
The only way you're getting this key is over my dead body. And if I die, I won't be able to open the portal for you again, meaning you'll have created a paradox. You see, it was my actions that brought you to this point in time, so if you kill me, you'll stop me from doing so, and you being here will be an impossibility. That means if I die, you'll be flung back to your original time, having caused the deaths of everyone here, and you'll never be able to undo it. Is that what you want? You and your pathetic morality. Nobody cares about your opinions, least of all me. Understand that to me, you've never been anything more than a useful idiot, and you're no longer useful. You might want to think that through. If anyone so much as touches me, everyone dies. I certainly hope not. In fact, I want it to go on and on forever, until you wither and die like Al did, and the gods send yet another useful idiot to extend my life for me. What are you going to do? Beg the gods for help? They don't care about you, and neither do I. Now, get out of my villa. I'm bored with you.
Yes, I can.
Isn't the great temple majestic?
I need your help.
Ave again. Did you find what you need? Well, I suppose we'd first need to figure out which god that is, and I'm afraid even I don't know, although I have my suspicions. This might sound like a strange question, but please humor me. How did you find your way here? Karen, you say? You do? Have you spoken with her? I really think you should. Good. Thank you. Come back to me. Arve. And did... What a... Yeah, it's... you mentioned earlier, you met a young woman in the forest named Karen, yes? I see. And was this Karen, by any chance, wearing a hood?
Yes.
Because I've seen her before. There's something I think you should see. I think you'd better follow me to the baths. But don't follow too closely. We can't have people thinking we're bathing together.
Oh, this is nice. We're automatically following. Wait, we have seen her before. She's the girl that we saved from the assassin. Or from being crushed in the temple. That's right. That's right. I've wondered why I recognized her. My brain was screaming. It's like, you know?
All right, you're here. You were asking how I knew the young woman you met by the river was wearing a hood. Here, look down at the bottom of the baths. It's a little hard to make out in this light. If only we could see. Oh, what a marvelous lamp.
Thanks.
But do you see it? Somebody waking up by a river in a forest to find a hooded figure with a coin. It's just as you described it, only your pronunciation is a little off. The name you heard wasn't Karen. It was C-H-A-R-O-N, as in Charon, the ferryman of the dead. Charon, who, in exchange for the right coin, helps the souls of the newly deceased cross the Styx, the river that separates the land of the living from the land of the dead.
When I dragged you out of the river, I thought you were never gonna wake up. I checked your pockets for ID, but all I found was some loose change.
Oh.
Feels like I've spent my whole life in a dead-end job with an endless commute.
Wow.
Sorry if I sounded cagey, it's just that I don't always get the best reactions when I introduce myself.
That's very interesting.
My name's Karen.
There are a bunch of old stories about the gods punishing people by making them do the same futile task over and over. But, on the bright side, at least you're not stuck in the underworld like they all were.
I'm so sorry, my friend. I'm so sorry. I take it you know what this means.
I'm dead? Or we are in the underworld. Wow.
I'm afraid so. It's all starting to make sense. All these people whose last memory was running from the fires toward the river. It seems none of them escaped with their lives after all. Perhaps we should be grateful they don't remember their final moments. It also tells us that the Golden Rule is the work of Pluto, the god of the underworld, and why his epithet has always been Father of Riches. I know it's a lot to take in, and you look as if you have questions, so I'll try to answer them if I can.
Right.
That was my first thought too. In the old stories, the underworld was where the souls of the deceased were taken. But it was also possible for the living to reach it without dying, if they were particularly fearless. So I'm afraid I don't know.
Particularly fearless.
Oh, I'm sorry. I keep forgetting you're not from here. If you were Roman, or even Greek, you would know these stories. Each of them is slightly different. whether the storyteller was Plato, Homer, Virgil, or Ovid. But they always involved the souls of the dead meeting a grim ferryman named Charon on the bank of a river. It was said that he'd help the new arrival cross, only if they could pay him with a coin, an obol. That's why it was once our custom to bury our loved ones with a coin in their mouths. Charon's obol, we called it. Of course, an obol was a kind of Greek coin, because we inherited this knowledge from the Greeks. The only difference is that they spelled it with a kappa, which I suppose means Kharon is closer to the original spelling. To be fair, the ferryman isn't exactly as the poets described, and he, she, they seem to appear to different people in different guises.
Huh.
You say you saw a young woman named Karen with a hood, and I once heard Kabash mention a stranger in a ram headdress named Kerti, and Rufius described meeting a stranger named Kumut Tabal wearing an eagle headdress. But whatever form this stranger took, they were always wearing a hood of some sort, and their name always began with a K sound. I suspect the only way you'll solve this riddle is if your paths cross again. Good question. Let's see. In the stories, Charon would always require a coin as payment for passage across the river, but that never made any sense to me. What does an ancient immortal being need with coins? In our case, it seems Charon didn't take the coins we had. He or she merely checked we had one in our possession. So, maybe there's something special about the coins each of us had on us. That might explain why we wound up here, but so many others did not.
Uh-huh.
No. I mean, I had my suspicions, especially after Livia's ramblings, but I would never have figured it out without your help, I promise you. Now that we know where we are, we have to figure out what to do about it, if we don't want to be cast into gold for eternity. We don't have much to go on, except the old stories. I remember 4 in particular about heroes in the underworld. Hercules, the demigod and son of Jupiter, Orpheus, a Thracian poet, Sisyphus, a king of Ephyra, and Aeneas, a Trojan hero.
Yep.
Hercules was able to leave the underworld because he cowed its god with his strength.
Yep.
Sisyphus and Orpheus both relied on their wits instead. They persuaded the goddess of the underworld, Proserpina, to help them escape. And finally, Aeneas was able to escape with the help of a spirit guide,
right,
who led him through a secret gate. So it seems you have 2 options: to confront the god of the underworld head-on, or find a way to escape with the help of Proserpina or some other guide. All Romans try to avoid saying it, and the reason is quite simple. He might hear us. You may refer to him as Pluto, if you wish, but you'll only be calling attention to yourself. Do so at your own peril. Shh! Is everyone so blunt where you're from? Oh. That option would be the boldest, but also the only way to learn the truth about the Golden Rule, and maybe even put an end to it. As I said, Hercules managed to overpower the god of the underworld, but he was a demigod. Forgive my candor, but you are no Hercules.
Oh.
Are you telling me that you can? I won't pretend to understand exactly what that means, but if that's true, then perhaps you stand a chance. So, if you want to confront him, I'll help you as much as I can. Who knows? Perhaps your name will be uttered in the same sentence as Hercules one day.
I mean...
But first, you'd need an audience with you-know-who, and for that, you'll need to enter the great temple overlooking the city.
That's easy.
The problem is, The door has been sealed shut for as long as I've lived here, and there doesn't even seem to be a keyhole. I suspect the answer lies in the desecrated obelisk in front of it. I'm not sure if you noticed, but there are 4 plaques missing from its base. It looks as though somebody, or a series of somebodies, forcibly removed them, and in doing so, dishonored and angered our divine keeper. If you could recover and replace all 4 of those missing plaques, I imagine he might be willing to receive an audience again. It's the towering stone monument with 4 sides and a pyramid-shaped head that stands before the great temple, a dedication to the god of this place. You'll find them all over Rome, but of course they were looted from Egypt many years ago. It seems one of them made its way here too, although how is a mystery. However, this one is unusual in that each of the 4 sides is decorated in a different style: Roman, Greek, Egyptian, and another I don't recognize. That means you'll need to recover 4 different plaques: Roman, Greek, Egyptian, and a 4th, a mystery plaque.
Okay.
Good question. To answer that, we first need to ask who would have defaced the obelisk in the first place. It would have had the god's name engraved into it, so it may be that whoever desecrated it wanted that name to be forgotten. And there's only one group of people I know of who might want to do that. There's a cult in Rome that often argued there is only one true god. Theirs, of course. They've been known to start fires, as well as deface religious monuments whose existence challenged their beliefs. If I were you, I'd go looking for them. Of course, they've all been in hiding since the fire last year, so finding them won't be easy. But I did hear a rumor they have a secret shrine somewhere in the city. Perhaps, if you could find that, you might be able to recover the Roman plaque. I don't know. But perhaps you should begin your search with the local Greek fellow, Georgius. His store is in the forum. Perhaps Kabash, our Egyptian resident, would be able to tell us. Unfortunately, he disappeared weeks ago. But I did hear Aurelia is peddling rumors about him at the tavern, so perhaps you could talk to her, or just take a look in his room. I'm afraid you're on your own with that one, but perhaps finding the other 3 will illuminate the way. It's a reasonable question, but the problem is, this place is fairly well designed to keep us here. There's no way to climb up the shaft. And even if you could build a ladder big enough, just trying it would break the golden rule. We know that, thanks to the writings left behind by those who've tried. As I mentioned, both Orpheus and Sisyphus were said to have persuaded Proserpina to help them escape, and Aeneas was guided to the exit. The problem is, those are the stories of a poet, a self-aggrandizing king, and a brawler about their own heroic deeds, so they should be taken with a grain of salt. First, Proserpina. What we do know about her is... Well,
Proserpina's... Yeah, it is grim.
It's said the god of the underworld abducted and dragged her here against her will, forcing her into marriage. If the stories are true, then I suppose so. The problem is, how do we communicate with her without being noticed by her captor? Leaving that aside for a moment, there is also the possibility of a spirit guide. I don't suppose you've come across one of those in your travels? Truly? And you're only bringing this up now? Then again, I suppose you were worried I'd think you were as mad as Navia. Can you tell me more? Is it the same voice? What kinds of thing does it say?
Cryptic.
Perhaps she's a benevolent spirit. Or perhaps...
She's very cryptic.
Perhaps you're hearing the voice of Proserpina herself. If she has indeed been abducted, it would make sense for her to speak in cryptic whispers to avoid detection. Tell me, has she told you anything that might lead you to the way out? Truly? Then why are you still here?
Because I care.
Ah, I see. Then it seems you have made a great sacrifice for all of us, friend. I admire your compassion. Truly, thank you. But unfortunately, I'm afraid your only other option will be to confront you-know-who. All right. I would suggest not discussing this with anyone. The best thing to do for them is to let them remain oblivious for as long as possible. As for Livia, it seems she's been shouldering the weight of this terrible secret all this time. Perhaps it would comfort her to know she's not alone. In any case, time is of the essence, so you'd best begin. May Fortuna guide you, although you may not need her with Proserpina on your side.
Right, so we'll comfort, working on it. We'll confront What's-Her-Face first, because I feel like it'd be a kind gesture to do. And then... it looks like we're going to be continuing this game. Like, this isn't the final part like I thought it would be. There's more to the story. Which is exciting. That this game basically has replayability. That's a great sign of a great game. So let's go find Livia. And have a little chat. Whee!
Just as the ocean accepts the rivers of all the world, so this place, but it does. Say it. Speak its name. Then it is true. I was right.
Yep.
I thought I saw it, but when the rest of them could not, I kept thinking I must have gone insane. I had to tell myself it was true over and over again, until I wasn't sure if I was deceiving myself. I must apologize if my words seemed cryptic. I'd found comfort in reciting the Metamorphoses by our great poet Ovid. He gives such an uncanny description of this place. I cannot help but wonder if he himself came here. Would you like to hear it? I will do my best to remember the relevant verse. There is a downward path, gloomy with fatal yew trees. It leads through dumb silence to the infernal regions. The sluggish Styx exhales vapor, and by that way, the shadows of the newly dead descend, entombed with full rites, and the ghosts of those, at last, given proper burial. The wide, thorny waste is cold and pallid, and the newly arrived shades are ignorant of the road that leads to the Stygian city, where Black Dis has his cruel palace. As the ocean accepts the rivers of all the world, so this place accepts all the souls, and is never too small for any populace, nor notices the crowds that come. There the bloodless shadows wander without flesh or bone. Some crowd the forum, some the house of the ruler of the depths. Others follow their trades, imitating their previous lives. And still others incur punishment. I hope I have done it justice. And now we share a secret. It's as if you've lifted a great burden from my shoulders. Thank you, friend. I think I should rest.
Good.
I love your clothes. So exotic.
So should we confront her about giving hemlock?
On your best behavior, I trust. Malleolus for a free drink at my tavern. Ah, you're here, and you're not. What was... Let's just... Not for a few weeks now. Last time I saw him, he was sitting at a table with Georgius, whispering about some job. I remember because they kept looking over their shoulders as if they didn't want anyone else to know. So, naturally, I hovered. The one word I kept hearing was vanishing, and then, the next day, Kabash just disappeared. Coincidence? I think not. All right.
Don't you just love springtime?
Yep. Oh, stepped their fire. Well, I'm working on it. You're not making this very easy, you know. Been running around like a chicken with its head cut off. It's not been an easy task. Hi, how you doing? I don't know if he's up there or not. I feel like if he isn't, I may have to do something rash just to, you know, get him back. Aggressive grubs growing. Yes, trenchcoat. You're absolutely right. Please be up here, 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 please be up here. Why? I don't know what to do.
Thank you. I am delighted and deeply honored to have been elected your magistrate. Yes. Thank you. I'm delighted and deeply honored. And now, I make this solemn promise to you, good citizens. Under my leadership, you will finally enjoy the freedom you deserve. And, yes, anyway, no more shall you walk on, eggshells, yes. No more shall you walk on eggshells, fearing simply to live and breathe because the tyrant sent you...
Yeah, I know where he is, or was, but he's not there anymore.
Oi! How did you get in there, you cheeky little stirkus? If I cop an earful from Malleolus, I'll be coming for you.
I hope you have a good reason for flouting my weapons ban.
I'll end you. I wonder something. I wonder.
Oh, I wish Horatio...
Hey. Oh no.
Oh, look.
Game, I want to talk to her.
Oh, look. Oh, you heard about her disappearance, I take it.
What am I to do? Yeah, well, that's nice to know. Where? Oh.
Citizens, we have a quorate body of voters gathered here to elect the city's magistrate.
You took care of him?
Sextus Sentius
An
Imperiosus
accident?
and Marcus
So,
Malleolus.
it's
Gurgis.
over?
As agreed,
Oh, God.
we shall dispense
It's
with
such a
ballots,
relief.
and candidates
I really
will
thought we were all
abstain
going
from
to
voting.
die.
Let's make this quick.
I
As
do have
say
a
your
question,
name,
though.
Call your
That
vote.
shrine,
I'll
the
start
one I
with
was going
you,
to hide in,
Horatius.
did you know it was going to collapse?
Georgius. Dacius.
Really? Then
Galerius.
how? Oh, I see.
Virgil.
I should probably keep my big mouth shut then. Sorry. I promise,
finally,
nobody else will ever know what you
Domitius?
did. But I know. That was really clever.
Citizens,
Thank you.
You have made your
I'm
decision.
glad you're here.
Your
Oh,
new
speaking of which,
magistrate is
welcome.
Marcus
I'm
Malleolus
Fabia.
Gurgis.
Sorry I was a bit frantic before. Need anything?
I said, hail Magistrate Malleolus.
There's not much to tell. I mostly just bake bread and try to help out where I can.
I am delighted and
I know that there's a guy talking, but I'm talking.
I suppose it all started about 8 months ago. I was living in Rome with my family when I got sick. Terrible timing. My pa had just arranged a husband for me. A fisherman's son. I was about to meet him for the first time when I came down with an awful fever. I spent the next week in bed. Pa paid priests to make offerings to Asclepius, a white rooster, then a goat. But nothing worked.
For my first
In the
act
end,
as magistrate,
they decided
I
I'd do
hereby
better
announce
outside the
a
city.
day of celebration
Clean air
to
in the
mark
countryside
end
would
of
do
an
me
era.
good, they
The
said.
myth of the
But after
Golden
about a
Rule
day in a
is
carriage on the
no more.
Appian Way, I was getting worse, not better.
For his
I remember
attempts to
closing my
deceive us
eyes for a
all,
bit,
Sentience
and I guess
is
I must have
hereby
fell
found
asleep, because
guilty
when I
of
opened them
treason
again,
against
I
the
was in a
Empire.
forest by a river.
I have
suppose
committed no crimes. This is madness.
All right.
His sentence: to fight for his life in gladiatorial combat against Domitius. Here and now for your entertainment.
You have no idea what you're doing. You're going to get us all killed.
Wait. I exercise my right as a Vestal priestess to pardon him. I will not allow you to do this.
You're showing your true colors now, priestess. Your corruption sickens me. Domitius, ignore her. Proceed.
This is insanity. You'll doom us all.
Lies! It is time the Golden Rule was exposed for what it is. A children's fable, exploited by a treacherous leader to instill fear in all of us.
This is why he's in his gladiator gear. They've been planning this all along.
Shut up, all of you. The magistrate has spoken. I'm going to enjoy killing you, old man.
The many shall suffer for the sins of the one.
Well. Hi. Sorry, but I can barely see anything. Alright.
Oh. No. All right.
The 49 melodies fetch again. Just but then I had to tell. I must apologize. He gives. And now.
Yeah, I do need to be somewhere. I need to be up there before the kid jumps. I'm a run in. Yes, I know about the priestess. I know. We already took care of that. There's only one thing I really want to do. I want to save that kid. I hope he's up here this time, or I'm going to be really put out. Yeah.
All right, well, it was lovely to meet you. I look forward to getting to know you better over the coming months. And if you ever...
I can't believe this is how it ends.
Oh, no. 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 Orpheus, what are you...
That...
What?
Why do you... I'm sorry.
Please, help.
You... Well, you don't... It's... If I backed out... No, I am out. Wherever you are. Scintilla,
I forgot to help her first. I need help her
I'm
first.
sorry.
Orpheus, no!
I need help her first. I need to help her first. I should have helped her first. Gosh darn it. Ugh. Okay, well, we're gonna end it here. We'll probably come back to this game another time, like, soon, because I want to see how the rest of it pans out, because this is really interesting. But yeah, thanks for stopping by, everybody. I'll see you all later.